You're watching the 2016 SCAC Men's Soccer Media Days, and I'm joined by Schreiner University head coach Paul Hayes and senior defender Brian Lindsay. Thanks for joining me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's start off with you, Coach. What are you most exciting for this season?
You know what? We've got a bunch of newcomers that are coming in that I think can help out, but we also have a lot of returners coming back from last year's squad. So it makes things a little bit easier as far as figuring out, what type of system we want to run this year and what we're looking for on the field.
Great. This is your 14th season, I believe, at Schreiner, and you've been there for a little while. How does it feel to be so involved and invested in this team?
I feel old, number one. That's a joke. Number two, it's more about being invested in the school and kind of what the school stands for, and I'm a big believer in our philosophy and what we're here to do.
Great. You guys had a really good season last year, making it to the tournament and then getting an upset to go to the semifinals. What are you guys looking to take from last year and also to improve on from last year?
We still want to try to get into the top three. I feel like Trinity and Colorado are 1 and 2, and typically are 1 and 2, and just getting into the third spot and trying to get a little better each year. Last year was up and down. It ended well, and just try to be more competitive this year.
Great. And over to you, Brian. What is your favorite part of being a member of the Schreiner soccer team?
Probably my favorite part is just being a part of it. We have a great bunch of guys and a bunch of new guys coming in that seem like they'd fit in well and be a part of the soccer. It's more of like a family than it is a team.
Yeah, and like you said, you have a bunch of new guys coming in, so what have you had to do in the off-season and in preparation for the season to be a senior leader?
We just had to work harder. We're bringing in a lot of newcomers, and I think that'll be good for competition among the team. And I think that'll make us better as a team as well.
Awesome. And, Coach, you know your team better than anybody else, especially after being there for 14 years. How would you describe your team to somebody who's watching the Schreiner team for the first time?
You know what? We press a lot. We look to chase the ball around and try to make things happen instead of sit back and let people go at us. When we're on, I think it's an entertaining style of soccer, and we look to keep doing that and build off what we had last year tactically.
Great. And Brian, over to you again. What do you feel in your own game has changed from last season to this upcoming season?
Definitely fitness. I worked a lot harder on my fitness, and so I should come into this season a lot more being able to keep up with guys and being able to play the full 90 minutes or 180 per weekend that we have.
Great. And last question for you. Is there a certain game you're looking forward to this season or a certain trip more so than others?
The Colorado trip's always fun, but I'm looking forward to every soccer game because this is my last season.
Great. All right, guys. Well, this has been Katie Mucci with the 2016 SCAC Men's Soccer Media Days. Once again, I want to thank you, head coach Paul Hayes and Brian Lindsay, for joining me, and I hope you guys have a great season.
Thank you, ma'am.